I'm running Affinity back into the leagues today, and honestly, I'm having a blast. As in Galvanic Blast. Whatever, here's the gameplay. I'm having way too much fun playing this deck. It's fun. It's fun. I like playing with artifacts. I like doing lots of different things. I like having different angles of attack. I like drawing cards. Thought Monitor is really good for that. I like sacrificing artifacts and having them deal damage. I like having, I don't know, engineered explosives in my deck, I guess. I have a nice engineered explosives in my collection somewhere. I'm sure I would play that if I ever built this in paper. But this deck's just fun. I just enjoy playing it. It's got strong cards in it. I win games with it sometimes. And I wanted to run it back today. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it, yeah? I am on the play in round 1 versus D3 Dallo. D3. Oh, what does this hand do? It has a lot of kappas in it, a lot of affinity stuff, and not enough artifacts, I think. I think I'm gonna have to mulligan this, unfortunately. Yeah, here we go. This is a hand. I will keep this, and I think I'm actually going to bottom the Thought Monitor, because next turn I can cast Thoughtcast, but I can't cast Thought Monitor next turn. My opponent also with the Mulda 6. Let's go ahead and sequence this hand correctly. Cast all of our things, get some creatures, and I will simply pass turn here. I don't think I'm going to pop my Bauble. I'm going to keep it in play in case I draw a bunch of duds off of the Bauble trigger and my next draw step. I still have Thoughtcast, even if this draws a dud. See, there's Thoughtcast. If I had popped Mishra's Bauble and this next draw was a bad draw, then I wouldn't have been able to cast this Thoughtcast. Oh, they're fetching for a Thundering Falls. Okay, another Thoughtcast. All right, well, now that I have this Mishra's Bauble in play, it's actually very nice to have that. I think I'm just going to swing out. Going to pass turn. And now I will pop my Mishra's Bauble because I have the mana underneath me to cast my third Thoughtcast if I really need to. Oh, they have their own Thoughtcast. Okay, so they're on Affinity too. So it looks like they are on the actual list because they have the Thundering Falls. This is the list that that one Pro Tour player that I was talking about in the intro for my #1 Affinity League was playing. They had the Thundering Falls. I took out the Thundering Falls in this list. We're both going to draw some cards. My own weapons manufacturing, huh? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to... I'm going to shock this in. I want to maximize how much stuff I get off of weapons manufacturing. I can do that by warping in Pinnacle Emissary now. But if I do that, and I don't draw the land for next turn, this is a really interesting sequencing problem. I would ideally like to kill them before they get their Shadow Spear off this Urza Saga. That means that I need to deal 17 points of damage over the course of this turn and next turn. So my options are cast Weapons Manufacturing, cast Thoughtcast, cast Arcbound Ravager, cast Thoughtcast, which I think is incorrect, or cast Pinnacle Emissary and do nothing. So if I cast Weapons Manufacturing, then I don't actually have the artifacts necessary to cast Thoughtcast. I think I'm just going to warp in Pinnacle Emissary here. Now the question is, do I play my stuff out now so that I get the beats going, even if Weapons Manufacturing doesn't come down? I think the answer to that is maybe. I still have this turn and next turn. I can deal 2 now. Oh, geez, I'm not sure what the correct answer to this is. I think I'm going to wait. I don't know if that's correct or not. Oh, they're going to pop off with their own emissary here. Oh, they've got a Kappa Cannoneer. That's not good. Yep, Kappa Cannoneer comes down. All right, what do I need here? I have a Memnite. I can play Thoughtcast, hope to draw into, like, Land Opal. Let's see if that works. I drew into Land Emissary. Does that help me? I don't know. Do I have a win right now with Ravager? I can warp in this Pinnacle Emissary And then I can cast Arcbound Ravager. And then I can just cast my zeros. And then that creates a ton of stuff. Okay, and now I swing in with everything. I have 4 creatures. They have 3 blockers. So whatever they don't block here, I just dump my entire board onto using the Arcbound Ravager, and then I win, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start sacrificing artifacts. Let's go ahead and auto-yield to that. And this is why I've got Arcbound Ravager in this list. Arcbound Ravager is just so ridiculously strong. Thanks, Arcbound Ravager. I was kind of having difficulty figuring out how to win the game, and then, you know, you just came down. I didn't even need to bother with weapons manufacturing at that point because I drew the second Pinnacle Emissary. I'll take it. All right, so just another case study in how Arcbound Ravager is ridiculously strong, I suppose. So the Pro Tour list has Vandal Blasts in it. I feel like versus Affinity, I want my explosives in. I think Metallic Rebukes, especially on the draw, are going to be quite bad. I think I want my 4th weapons in, and I want displacement waves in, and I'm going to take out Tormod's Crypt. And I'll just keep it like this. That Arcbound Ravager, man, we love to see that. Blast from the past. All right, we keep these hands. It's a good hand. My opponent mulliganing to 6 here. That's not good for them. Turn 1 Saga into Springleaf Drum into a 0. There we go. You got something else off of that? They do. Into a Pinnacle Emissary. Into warping stuff in. All right, that's a hand. That does broken things. They're really hoping to hit another mana source in their next 2 draws, though. So I could Pinnacle Emissary warp in 3 drones right now. Then next turn, I could play weapons manufacturing. I think that's okay. I think that's just fine. Look at me. I can do the broken affinity things too. All right. And that's what my hand does, so I'm not going to do anything else. What do they have on top of their deck? Firebluff Canal. That's a really good draw for them. I'd imagine that they're going to be playing that immediately. Yep. I have my own Urza Saga. So I'm going to play that. Then I'm going to fire off weapons manufacturing here. Do they have a counterspell of some sort? If they did, then they didn't use it. They're really thinking here. Wonder what that last card in hand is. Now, do I attack on this board? I mean, the drones can only block flyers anyway. I'll go ahead and swing out. They're taking it. And I've got Claws of Gix that can sacrifice some munitions here. Oh, that construct is so big. They're just tapping for mana. That's really interesting. They got Shadow Spear. All right, they filled up their hand a little bit with Thoughtcast. That was a really good draw. Seems like they're prioritizing equipping the Shadow Spear quickly over making that second construct. Oh, they're just warping in Pinnacle Emissary now. All right, that's a Memnite. And that's a Mox Opal. So they get to just do everything they want here. Yeah, I'm taking a pretty big hit. I don't think there's much I can do about this. Do I crack a Munitions to kill a drone? Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. I take 12. That was a really good hit. I have this Sink into Stupor. I should probably use it. Yeah, I'm going to leave everything back here. Do I bounce their construct now? I think I'm going to bounce it now, even though... Oh, I want to make sure that shows the right thing. Yeah, construct token. Even though, like, it would be better if I bounced it on their attack. Like, they wouldn't be able to re-equip their Shadow Spear. I just don't want them drawing into, like, I don't know, a Metallic Rebuke or something. I knew their hand was empty. I knew it was going to resolve then. May as well just do it then. Are we going to just trade off a bunch of drone tokens here? It looks like we are. That's fine. Don't know why they didn't attack with this Memnite. Maybe they're trying to save themselves from a crackback? Oh, they are just keeping it untapped for Pinnacle Emissary. All right. Well, I am going to create a construct here. I'm going to find my own Shadow Spear. Weapons manufacturing is going to trigger. That's going to happen. I'm going to cast this Mishra's Bauble. And then I will equip this Shadow Spear to my construct. And that should hold down the ground for a little bit. Oh man, they just top deck a Kappa? No, that's just a Pinnacle Emissary. Okay, here we go then. Wow, they're getting a lot of stuff now. I think I'm going to cycle my Mishra's Bauble here. Lava Spur Boots on top of their deck. Displacement Wave, huh? That's really interesting. Displacement Wave could reset a lot of stuff on their board, but it also means that their Pinnacle Emissaries would reset. I don't know how good that is. I think I'm going to warp in my own Pinnacle Emissary here, past my own Ornithopter. And I've got a 13-13, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's literally bigger than their entire board. Okay, yeah, I'm swinging in with my giant lifelink trample construct token here. And I think that's everything that I want to do right now. Lava Spur Boots has come down. They don't have any construct tokens or Kappa Cannoneers at the moment that they can use to really take advantage of this. Yeah, they're just equipping it to a drone. Like, they've got a really wide board state here. I'm just not convinced how good this is. I can trade off Pinnacle Emissaries. I can block a couple of drones. Blocking drones is free. Trading here is kind of okay. If I just kept everything as is, how much am I taking? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12? I'd fall to 9. Oh, this block is free. Now I'm falling to 10. Yeah, I think that's okay. I really want to try and kill them on the crackback with these munitions. In case they need to bounce in case they can bounce my construct or something. I don't know how they would be able to do that, but, you know, they can try. And they give it up. Displacement Wave didn't even come up there. If they had an answer to the construct, then this line would have more or less guaranteed that Displacement Wave would win the game, because I would tap Opal, tap Fiery Islet or something, I'd Displacement Wave for 0, I'd fire off all my munitions at my opponent, and then I would recast all of my own zeros, make a bunch more munitions, and then use my remaining 1, 2, 3 mana, because Mox Opal would come in untapped. That would make more munitions, and that would do an additional... Oh, I guess it's only 6 damage. So I would have needed to connect with something here. I don't know. I feel like I would have had some sort of opening. I won the match anyway, and honestly, I think that Arcbound Ravager was just the reason that I did it. Plus, answering their construct token with Sink into Stupor was very important this match, I think. All right, on to round 2. I hope you're enjoying the video. If you like watching my particular style of content, consider subscribing so you can get notified of my videos and live streams. I appreciate it. Thank you. We're on the draw in round 2 versus albertoSD. Do I want to keep this? It's kind of slow. If I draw any 0, then it's much better. It's kind of slow. I'm going to keep it anyway. Pinnacle Emissary is just a really strong card. And it's got Urza Saga in it. And it's got a bunch of ways to refill. I don't know. I could see this hand going pretty wrong pretty quickly. Bolting in a Witch-Blessed Meadow for a Guide of Souls, huh? Don't see that often. I think I'm going to play basic Island and pass. Ocelot Pride has come down. So they've got the Wombo combo here. Are they just Boros Energy that just plays Witch-Blessed Meadow for some reason? Looks like it. Sink into Stupor of my own. Go ahead and start with Urza Saga. Yeah, this hand might just be too slow, huh? I'm not even able to cast Thoughtcast right now. I don't have enough artifacts. I was kind of hoping to draw a 0 in somewhere in those. Oh, they're just solituding. Exiling Voice of Victory? They're doing something slightly different with their Boros Energy list, I think. Yeah, that's fine. You got it. They've got the 3 energy now. Second Ocelot Pride, huh? That is a lot of Ocelot Prides. Are they going to put the counters on something? They are. They put it on their Ocelot Pride. Do I block here, though? I don't think I do. I think I'm just going to take it. This is getting out of control very quickly, though. Oh, they just had it anyway. All right, whatever. Fortunately, no City's Blessing quite yet, but that's going to come down next turn. Oh, there's my zeros. All right, sure. And as predicted, this hand is just a little bit too slow. I will cast my Claws of Gix now. I could fire off Thoughtcast. I don't think it's worth it. I think I'm just going to activate Urza Saga as my plan here. And my opponent has made a strong start, but they are all in right now. They binned a Witch Enchanter, likely to pay the energy. Are they going to put it on the other Ocelot Pride? Oh, they're putting it on the Guide of Souls. Okay, that's fine. I will make my construct. I'm going to attempt to eat the Ocelot Pride here. Oh, they ephemerated it, huh? All right. That is actually going to be enough to give them the City's Blessing on the second triggered ability of Ocelot, of the second Ocelot Pride here. So they're going to get a ton of tokens. Yeah, that's a ton of tokens. All right, I'm in trouble. Arcbound Ravager, huh? Arcbound Ravager. Is that any good here? I'm facing down 3, 6, 9, 10, 12, 13, 16 damage. 18 after they pay the energy. I would need to gain at least 12 life, maybe even 13 life. I don't know if I have a way around this. I think whatever happens, it starts with Shadow Spear. Wait, I have EE that I could draw into. Yeah, I have EE that I could draw into. So I am going to start with Shadow Spear, and then I'm going to start firing off Thoughtcast effects, trying to dig for EE. That's not EE. Do I still have a way out of this? I'm gonna play this, fire off another Thoughtcast effect. That's double bobble. That allows me to fire off yet another Thoughtcast effect. But I think I'm just spinning my wheels at this point. I don't think I'm actually having out. I think I spent too much mana. Okay, that's a Mox Opal. I don't believe that helps me. I can't get weapons manufacturing down. I think I'm screwed because I would play Mox Opal. I would equip Shadow Spear to Construct. I'd have to swing. I would gain 9. I'd go to 12, and then on the crackback, I just take lethal and die. I think I'm still going to make them do it. Playing Arcbound Ravager on this board is kind of a wash. I don't have enough mana with which I could Ravager into weapons manufacturing and to make a bunch of munitions and to clear their board. I just don't have that ability right now. I think I need to play the Mox Opal, and I'm going to equip Shadow Spear here. And I don't actually need to attack because even if they give the Ocelot Pride flying and it has first strike, I just block it with the Thought Monitor. And then I would take 3, 6, 9, 11, 12, 15, but not 15, 14. And then I'm only at 12, gaining 9 life, and I'd be at 12 after that, so I'd be at -2. I think I will make them do it, but I'm just dead here, right? Yeah, they didn't cast the Ephemerate. They know what they're doing. Oh, they're only swinging with those. That's... Oh, they're only swinging with those. Because that's all they need to swing with. Oh, but I can gain a life here off the Claws of Gix. So all I do is I put the Thought Monitor in front of the largest thing, and then I sacrifice the Thought Monitor itself to the Claws of Gix. Oh, but I'm not gaining life from the Construct because they're not attacking with a non-flyer. So I think this is still just lethal. Still gonna do it, and I'm gonna take lethal. All right, well played, opponent, well played. So against energy, I really do want to be bringing in the displacement waves, and I want to be taking out the metallic rebukes. I'm bringing in weapons manufacturing and bringing out Tormod script. I'm not convinced that would have gone any better if I had swung in with the construct, because I would have gained the life from the construct swing, but I still would have been taking an absolutely insane amount from the crackback. Just not sure. I'm on the play this time. I've got a hand that does what? Memnite, Bauble, Opal, Boots. I don't think this is a good hand. I think I have to ship it. This is better. I think I need to focus on Kappa Cannoneer for this hand. So I'm going to do Fiery Islet and then Weapons Ornithopter on my second turn, and then hopefully a turn 3 Kappa. If I'm going to be doing that, then I want to keep my Thought Cast, and I think I'm going to bottom the Displacement Wave. Fiery Islet down, pass turn. They're shocking in their Sacred Foundry for an Ocelot Pride, and that was a pretty good hit, I think. Let's go ahead and play this out. Play out the weapons manufacturing. They're thinking pretty hard with this triggered ability on the stack. Okay, they didn't do anything. Ornithopter. And that Ornithopter does mean that I just have turn 3 Kappa if I want it. Raven Charm on my Saga. Now I do need to draw something good. Okay, they made their cat. Pinnacle Emissary is not quite it. I'm just gonna go ahead and Thoughtcast here. Ooh, sink into stupors, huh? I could fire this off now and then warp in Pinnacle Emissary, and that does nothing except make a munitions. Just gonna hold. I don't need these Ornithopters as much anymore, I think. So I will start blocking with them. And they're gonna swing in. Yeah, let's do a block. If they've got like an Electrickery effect, I guess they got me. They don't have the Electrickery. Another Urza Saga, dropping that right away. And I think I will warp in Pinnacle Emissary. And now I'm going to play Kappa. Resolving all my triggers. Not swinging in. Goblin Bombardment, huh? I think I might lose this. Oh, that's not good. That's so rude. That's so rude. I think I'm gonna lose right now. I think I will just block it with, what, like an Ornithopter, I guess? But it doesn't matter. I'm gonna get Goblin Bombarded out of the stratosphere here. Look at that. The Goblin Bombardment plus the Exalted Sunborn, I think. That is, that's a lot of damage. They're gonna make a bunch of copies of things. Yep. They've got 16 right here. That's 20, 24. It's too many. It's a lot. It's a lot of tokens. They made a lot of tokens. And they're not even gonna bother with anything else. They're just gonna kill me. And yeah, I got ran over. I think I played the best that I could have. I think I just got ran over. Honestly, I think if they didn't have any one of these cards, then I would have been okay. But the Exalted Sunborn, plus the Bombardment, plus the double Ocelot Pride, plus the Guide of Souls, I could have kept Displacement Wave over Thoughtcast in the beginning of the game. I chose not to. I don't know. I don't know how that would have gone. On to round 3. Has your loss to Lantern Control left you bitter and despondent? Try working through the 5 stages of grief by joining the Fateseal MTG Patreon. Languish in denial with my $2 tier and get access to my Discord community and your name in my video credits. You'll gain more perks as your grief matures, like tournament live streams, lessons on Lantern Control, and office hours with me. Once you reach acceptance, every month you'll get a private session with me and can even feature your own deck here on Fateseal MTG. I'm on the draw in round 3 versus LotusLore. Oh, it looks like my hand tracker is broken again. That's unfortunate. I'm going to keep this hand. I mean, I've got Pinnacle Emissary into Mishra's Bauble. I guess that's fine. I can follow it up with a Thoughtcast later. Our opponent has kept 6. And looks like someone's doing yard work outside my house. All right, that's fine. Misty Rainforest Pass, huh? That can be a lot of things. And that is a Lava Spur Boots. If I hold back for a single turn, then I could get quite a bit of damage through, right? I think I'm going to play Spirebluff Canal into Lava Spur Boots and pass. Hedge Maze. Oh, this is the blue-green value creature thing, isn't it? Yeah, Snow-Covered Forest. They've got a lot of these little dopes here, the Coiling Oracles. They've got Shardless Agent for value, not for combo. They've got the Birthing Ritual. And I just have a bunch of stuff here. I could Pinnacle Emissary, warp it in. They could Flare of Denial this if they wanted to. Do they want to, though? They're going to Subtlety it. That's fine. I'll just cast it next turn. Put that bad boy on top. Play a Sink into Stupor tapped as a land. Just cast it next turn. They bin to Sink into Stupor. Shocking in Breeding Pool, huh? Do they have another Subtlety? They're really acting like they do. Well, let's make them have it. There's the other Subtlety. I'm going to keep it on top. Play out my land. And I'm still going to continue to be very patient. I will eventually rip this Pinnacle Emissary. Taking 4 here, falling to 15. And here's the value Shardless Agent. Into an Ice Fang Quaddle, which they've only got 1 snow permanent here. They don't have the 3 other snow permanents that they need. Okay, Pinnacle Emissary again. There we go. Now it's resolving. I'm going to see what's on top of my deck with Mishra's Bauble before I decide if I want the Thoughtcast or not. I think I do want to Thoughtcast, seeing that there's another Mishra's Bauble here. Oh yeah, here we go. Cast Mishra's Bauble. Cast Darkbound Ravager. That was really good. I decided to pull the trigger on that Thoughtcast because I knew that I would be getting the same number of drones if I played the Arcbound Ravager without casting Thoughtcast, or if I just cast Thoughtcast and then played the Bauble on top of my deck. But I drew the land on top of that, so I was able to do everything, actually. That was great. Do I sacrifice the Pinnacle Emissary to Arcbound Ravager? I don't think I need to do that. Let's see what I draw. It's a Sink into Stupor. They're drawing a Flare of Denial. It's a bit late for that, friend. They've got Flare and three total cards in hand, so 2 other cards besides that Flare. They're attacking in with the Shardless Agent. Why are they doing that? I think I will block the Subtlety with a Ornithopter, and then I will take the hit from Shardless Agent and fall to 10. I'm gonna go up to 3 cards in hand here. Is this free? Well, not free, but it's only a single blue mana. Yeah, let's go ahead and just fire that off now. A Flare of Denial. Okay, go ahead and play my Fiery Islet. I'm just going to put this into play. And I think I'm gonna equip it with my Lava Spur Boots. And then what? I can swing with my Pinnacle Emissary. That's pretty much a given. Do I just start chewing through their creatures? Is that it? Yeah, let's go ahead and start swinging. They're only choosing to block like that. And they need to deal 9 to me right now. That's a start. I think I will just do the same thing that I did last turn. Okay, that Subtlety is blocked. Wonder what they were trying to flash in. Oh, they weren't trying to flash it in. Oh, that's an Abhorrent Oculus. Yeah, that's not good. Urza's Saga, huh? Go ahead and draw a card first. See what I draw. A Fiery Islet again. All right, Urza's Saga comes down. And now I think the name of the game is Don't Die while I try to handle this Abhorrent Oculus. And then this Urza Saga will pop and just make me a bunch of stuff. I'm thinking here. Yeah, there's no way that I can push damage through here. I'm going to hold back. The question is, do I re-equip the Lava Spur Boots somewhere else? No, I'm going to hold it. And I could do this on their upkeep, bouncing the Abhorrent Oculus, hoping that they're not able to dump cards in their graveyard fast enough to recast it. I think I'm going to do that. They hard casting a counterspell? Yeah, that's fine. All right, they're going on the offensive. They're not going on the offensive. That's really good news for me. Yeah, I'm just going to hang back. I have enough resources to do everything that I want to do. Does this resolve now? It does not resolve, actually. They had to sacrifice a Shardless Agent in order to do that. Icefang Quaddle coming down. These are going to have Death Touch pretty soon. That's a Birthing Ritual. Still not attacking. I'm going to see what happens with this Birthing Ritual first. They sacrificed a Quaddle. We got a Coiling Oracle. Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and create the construct now then. Manifesting Dread here. That is a Pinnacle Emissary. They've managed to keep this Abhorrent Oculus in play this entire time. Let's see what I've got in my deck here. I think it's got to be Shadow Spear. I can equip Shadow Spear to a construct and swing in. Is that any good? They would trade for a lot of stuff on their side of the board. And I could even warp in this Pinnacle Emissary if I wanted to. Or I could put the Lava Spur Boots on the construct. Or I could do nothing. Oh, they just conceded. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they did that. I was still really struggling here. I was still really struggling. I guess I could have put the counters from Arcbound Ravager onto the construct and I would have been able to maybe survive a hit or something. I don't know. I feel like that was a bit premature. Just a little bit premature, maybe. All right, whatever. I'll take the win. How do I want to sideboard against them? They're going to have Besejus. They're going to have Harbinger of the Seas. They're going to have Force of Vigor is going to be a big one. I don't think I want the weapons manufacturing. I think I want more counter magic. Bring in the 4th Metallic Rebuke. Although Galvanic Blast is pretty good too, isn't it? Because it gets to kill their stuff. They have a few basics because they need basics in order to play the snow-covered lands for Icefang Quaddle, so I don't think Blood Moon's particularly good here. Displacement Wave's pretty bad. How about Consigned Memory? Stuff some of their triggers? No, I think I'm okay with keeping that out. I'm going to keep the Tormod's Crypt in, but I'm not going to bring in the Cage. I think I will just bring in 2 Galvanic Blasts. Call it a day. Speaking of Galvanic Blasts, yeah, we keep these hands. Keep. Don't subtlety me, bro. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Don't subtlety me, please. Oh, they didn't subtlety me. That's great. Oh, no. They didn't subtlety me. But they're doing something here. Oh, it's a consigned memory on my Mox Opal, huh? It's a dismember. Yeah, okay. That's gonna slow me down a little bit, but I'm still gonna be able to warp in this second Pinnacle Emissary and play out Claws of Gix. And that's a Force of Vigor. All right, they're trading a decent chunk of their hand and their life total in order to do this. They kind of had to, though. All right. Well, I can't really do much with this Thought Monitor in my hand anyway. I think I will cycle the Mishra's Bauble here. Although if I draw a 0, can I? No, I can't. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm going to cycle the Mishra's Bauble. I'm going to try and get some gas going. I still have Galvanic Blast open. Mystical Dispute, huh? That's a good card to bring in. Oh, they've only got 1 land. They've only got 1 land. Well, I'm not just going to ram my Thought Monitor into their Mystical Dispute. That seems quite silly. I'm definitely attacking this turn. Do I want to do anything else? I'm going to play my Sink into Stupor as a land. I'm not going to have it come into play untapped. And I'll just pass back. If they're not doing anything, then I'm not doing anything. Do they have another Force of Vigor? Is that what they're trying to figure out? Oh, that changes things. That does actually change things. So I can swing out with my drones, use Thought Monitor as bait for the card that they've got, and then next turn just slam Kappa. This is 7 total, 6, 5, 4 total. Playing Mox Opal would make it 3 total. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm just going to do it right now while I know that it'll be castable. And then they Mystical Dispute this. Oh no, I don't pay for it. They need their second land at some point, right? Oh, they're doing something. What do they have that's a 1-drop that they have to pay costs for? I think they might have Force of Vigor. Force of Vigor on Mox Opal and a token. Yeah, I'll gain some life here. I think I'm going to hold open the Galvanic Blast. What did they exile to that? A Shardless Agent? All right, Springleaf Drum is down. That gives me Metalcraft again. Going to continue to swing in. Hey, they finally hit a land drop. They're going to cast one of their Coiling Oracle type things. Icefang Quaddle's fine. And I'm going to play Kappa Cannoneer. That just resolved. All right, love to see that. And they are at 7. This Galvanic Blast in my hand is going to do a decent chunk of work. All right, Birthing Ritual has come down. Even if they moon me right now, I would still be able to get red mana off of the Springleaf Drum. Okay, they played that tapped. They played that tapped. I think this is just too slow. They stopped my first wave. They stopped my second wave. They're going to draw 2 cards here. And I'm going to draw a Spirebluff Canal. I can crack my Fiery Islet, and I think I will. That's a Metallic Rebuke. So how do I want to play this? Oh, I can just play Spirebluff Canal. Okay. And that would give me Blast their face with Rebuke backup if I really want to. I mean, they have to chump with the fiddle, and I don't really have a way of doing anything else. All right, swing in. The second that I draw any artifact, it's Jover. Do I even care about this Abhorrent Oculus? I think this is how they turn the corner. I think I'm going to rebuke this. Oh, I shouldn't have tapped my Spirebluff Canal to do that, huh? Just a bad play there. Oh, and that was just enough to win. Yeah, I'll take it. Galvanic Blast sat in my hand all game. Made me feel better, but didn't actually win the match. What won the match is the Kappa Cannoneer, I think. And, you know, just continuing to send waves at their face. And it helped that they didn't hit their second land drop until, like, turn, 5 or something. We take those on to round 4. I'm on the draw in round 4 versus Enrico. I think I'm going to keep this. It's got a lot of good stuff in it, right? I don't know if it's quite a turn 1 Kappa. Oh, well, now I'm getting Thoughtseize, so it doesn't matter much. Let's see if they go for one of my payoffs or if they go for the Springleaf Drum. They went for the Kappa. It tells you a lot about our society, doesn't it? I'm going to play Saga into all of my zeros into Thoughtcast. All of my zeros? Yeah, it needs to be all of my zeros. Playing the Memnite last, so they can't, Force of Despair it or something. Okay, those are some pretty good pickups. I will bobble them. The Fairy Time Raveler, that's really interesting. That will come down just in time to bounce Urza Saga when it gets to after chapter 2, but before chapter 3 triggers. Godless Shrine, Shocked In. Are they going to pest control me? Nope. Overlord of the Baelmerk. Oh, so we're playing against Esper Blink. Yeah, they get a ton of stuff here. They chose the Solitude, and they're evoking it. They really want that Memnite gone. Did they exile Teferi to do that? They did. Boo! My whole hand collapsed. I guess not my whole hand. I can still cast Arcbound Ravager. And then what? I think I'm just going to leave it. Oh, they don't have the blue yet. Ah, yeah, okay, okay. They're gonna bring the Witch Enchanter back now. Blowing up one of my sagas, maybe? But which one to blow up? They're taking the Springleaf Drum. That's probably correct. Engineered Explosives is not a particularly good card to have right now. What artifact do I want? Do I just want a Mox Opal? Yeah, I'll take Mox Opal. And I can simply create a construct now. Don't know if this is any good. This construct is very vulnerable to a lot of stuff that they can do. I'm not going to swing with my Arcbound Ravager. It's just too important right now. It's possible that it would have been correct for me to play out the explosives. They chose not to swing themselves. That's really interesting. Okay. So this is going to be a pretty big turn for me as well. Here's what I can do. I can, assuming I'm not interrupted somehow, which I probably will be, I can grab another Mox Opal. I can then Pinnacle Emissary, EE, play Fiery Islet, play Thought Monitor, and that makes things very large and scary very quickly. Or I can take the slower route. I can grab a Shadow Spear. I can still double Pinnacle Emissary this turn, actually, and then EE, but I don't have the ability to cast this Thought Monitor, and I don't have the ability to equip Shadow Spear this turn. Is that right? I think that is right. So do I want to go super aggressive, or do I want to slow my roll a little bit? I think they're going to be pretty bad at dealing with a wide board. And it's not like I would be really losing anything with the aggressive line, except for a Shadow Spear equip. I'm going to take the aggressive line. I'm going to grab Mox Opal. I guess I would be losing out on Shadow Spear as, anyway. Like, with this line, I lose out on Shadow Spear. All right, Islet comes down. I'm going to warp this in. Oh, I actually still can cast Thought. Oh, right, I can't cast Thought Monitor. That's the whole reason I took this line. That's the whole reason I took this line. Okay, so that just happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I will Thought Monitor right now, because EE I know I can cast regardless of what really happens. They just conceded just like that? Oh, come on. That's no fun. What was I gonna do? Like, throw everything onto an Arcbound Ravager and just go to town? I guess I could do that. Okay, so what did we survive? We survived Thoughtseize, Solitude number 1, and then Flicker Wisp on Witch Enchanter. That's not a ton of interaction. It's like an average amount of interaction, I think. We'll take it. So against this deck, after boarding, they're bringing in Wrath of the Skies, which means that I want weapons manufacturing. And I think I'm going to actually keep in the Tormod's Crypt. What do I take out? I could take out an Engineered Explosives. It's not as good in this matchup. I could take out second Engineered Explosives and bring in Metallic Rebuke. Is that good? I think so. I think I will actually do that. Consigned to Memory would hit things like Flicker Wisp triggers. It would hit Witch Enchanter triggers. It would hit Overlord of the Baelmerk triggers, Thelia triggers. But that kind of feels like it's not high enough impact. I think I'm just going to run this back, just like this. What does this hand do? This hand is very good at a turn 1 Metallic Rebuke. It really just needs one land to pop off. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to take a bit of a gamble with this. If I draw so much as like an Urza Saga, I'm going to be very happy. And even if I don't draw Urza Saga, the failsafe with this hand is, you know, Obol, Bobble, Claws, and to hold open Metallic Rebuke. That's not a terrible fail case. Even if I draw a Thought Cast, I'd still be able to cast it, just not a Thought Monitor. This hand is risky, but I think I like the risk for it. We'll see if I'm still saying that in another turn or two. They kept 6. I suppose if they go Godless Shrine untapped into Thoughtseize, that would suck. But they didn't do that. Thinking a Stupor ripped as a land right off the top. That is what we are talking about. I am going to go Claws, Mishra's Bauble, Mox Opal, and this plays around Solitude into Weapons Manufacturing, into Ornithopter. Going to create that Munitions token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can play Kappa Cannoneer next turn. I'm going to just keep this Mishra's Bauble parked in play. I'll pop it if they Wrath of the Skies me for 0 right now. And it looks like that's what they're doing. Ephemerate on top of their deck. Well, take 2, I guess. That slowed me down, but it didn't stop me, I think. Okay, maybe it stopped me. Just maybe it stopped me. Oh, don't tell me you've got a Teferi. Flicker Wisp? Oh, they're gonna put the Soporific Springs back to my hand. That's disgusting. Oh, they didn't even bring it back to my hand. Yep, all right. Okay, so that was the risk with this hand. I acknowledged the risk. I took it anyway, and I think it didn't pay off. Yeah, you can Thoughtseize me. All right, I'm just drawing a bunch of Metallic Rebukes and Kappa Cannoneers and stuff. I would love a land. I would love a lot of things, actually. That Wrath of the Skies really wiped me up. Oh, this is hilarious. Well, I got Weapons Manufacturing into play on turn 1. I did do the thing. Perhaps I should have slowed my roll a little bit, though, huh? If I had countered that Wrath of the Skies, this would be a very different game, I think. All right. Yeah, that's game. Well played, opponent. Wrath of the Skies on turn 2 won them that game. And now we are on to the first game 3 of this entire league. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything different. I think I'm just going to run it back. This is another turn 1 Weapons Manufacturing, but it's not... I guess it is pretty vulnerable to Wrath of the Skies, isn't it? I'm going to keep it anyway. They also kept 7. That's kind of terrifying. I will just start playing out my zeros. And I'm more worried about Solitude than I am about something like Force of Vigor right now. So I'm just going to play out this Mem Knight as the last card. And let's do Weapons Manufacturing. If they do nothing, and they're not doing nothing, then I would have had a turn 2 Kappa Cannoneer. But since they got rid of the Kappa... No, I'm going to continue to hold Mox Opal, I think. That's Mishra's Bauble. I'm going to pop 1 Mishra's Bauble here. Do I want to pop Mishra's Bauble? I don't know. I don't want to make a construct. I can make a construct right now if I want to. They don't have the ability to turn to Wrath of the Skies me because they played Boggart Bog as their land. I'm going to keep the untapped Mox Opal. It's my second Munitions. Oh, I didn't attack with my Mem Knight. Ah, come on. That's a point of damage I missed. Shadowy Backstreet is their play for turn. Milling a Flooded Strand. Fatal Push on my construct. All right. In that case, I think I will just start firing off baubles. That's Solitude on top of their deck here. That's another Solitude. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and make baubles now. Draw some cards. Okay, well that is something. I can grab Claws of Gix, and that will really start popping off with these Munitions. And that's just my hand. That's just what my hand does. They can Wrath of the Skies me and fall to 4. Fall to 3. And it looks like they are choosing to do that. Oh, that's just Clarion Conqueror. Yeah, that's okay, I think. That sucks, not gonna lie, that does suck, but that's a Sink into Stupor? They haven't Thoughtseized me in a little bit. I think I'm gonna play Sink into Stupor as a land, and I'm just gonna hold back. Really wishing I hadn't missed that attack with my Mem Knight earlier. That would have put them at 8, which means that any draw off of a 0 or any really artifact in this position would have meant that Wrath of the Skies... No, because I have 2 Weapons Manufacturings. Okay. So if they're going to Wrath me, they're going to Wrath me for 2 here. And they're not Wrathing me for 2. They could still Wrath me for 1. They are choosing to get saucy with Clarion Conqueror. I know they have a Solitude in hand, right? That's a Disruptor Flute. They're just playing that now. Probably putting that on Kappa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That actually does stop me from ripping Kappa off the top and casting it. But you know what it doesn't stop me from ripping off the top? Thought Monitor. And now I'm immune to Wrath of the Skies. Now I'm super immune to Wrath of the Skies, actually. They need to start doing something here. If I hadn't missed that 1 point of damage earlier, they'd be at 6. And now Kappa Cannoneer doesn't actually stop me. Like, this Disruptor Flute doesn't stop me from casting Kappa. You know what it will stop, though? Nothing. But that Solitude in hand, they could pay for the ward. Witch Enchanter is their pickup, but they played it immediately. Warping in a Quantum Riddler. Are they doing anything in response? No, they're not. I think my time for getting out of this is fading quickly, though. Big Rip Island is not it. Well, I could put them to 5 here. I don't know how good that is. Just going to hold back. I still have ways that I could get out of this, but it's not looking great. They're just holding open Solitude. I'm gonna cast this Ornithopter. It's not really doing anything else. They can flash in Solitude, exile a Thought Monitor, eat my Memnite, be at 9. Just going to hold back. And here's how they turn the corner. I need something really good off the top, basically right now. Nah, I'm not blocking here. Spirobluff Canal is not it. Oh boy, I think I'm going to lose this match. The trouble is I don't really have any outs to Clarion Conqueror. I'm just going to take the hit. Solitude's not in their hand anymore. Hasn't been for a decent chunk of time. And Ornithopter is not the draw I needed. I think I am comfortable conceding here. I needed some out to Clarion Conqueror. And I did not draw it because I didn't put it in my deck. It's entirely possible that the Metallic Rebukes should be burn spells. Although that would leave me more vulnerable to Wrath of the Skies, right? So I don't know. It felt certainly a lot more winnable in playing Affinity than it felt playing Lantern. Let me tell you that. Lantern, I would have just rolled over and died. All right, on to the final round. We are on the play in round 5 versus Jedgi. Yeah. All right. Huh. What does this hand do? Cast Tormod's Crypt on 1. It plays a slower Urza Saga game, I guess. I'm going to keep it. Still learning. Going to see what this sort of hand does against a lot of the format. If I didn't have the Metallic Rebuke, I might ship it back. But Metallic Rebuke is castable on turn 2. Dumping my hand and passing here. At least doing whatever dumping I can do. And it is a Sacred Foundry into a Ragavan. All right. Do I want to hold open Sink into Stupor or Metallic Rebuke, I guess? Or do I want to play my Arcbound Ravager? Trading Arcbound Ravager for Ragavan just kind of feels bad. But if I'm going to be playing an Urza Saga game anyway, then that might be okay. That would give them this turn and next turn to develop, though. I'm really thinking about this. I can eat the Ragavan next turn, or at least trade it with a Construct. I'm going to hold open Metallic Rebuke. Hope to trade it with a 3-drop of some kind. They hit Pinnacle Emissary. I wonder who gets to cast Pinnacle Emissary if they warp it in. Oh, they can't warp it in. Right. So they just have to hardcast it. Oh, they are doing it, though. That's funny. Yeah, nah, let's go ahead and counter that. That's really funny. Shadow Spear off the top. We'll go ahead and play this and bolt myself. Oh, really? Main board Wrath of the Skies? Dude, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. You didn't have to do me dirty like that, man. I guess I should have taken the hint when I saw this Hallowed Fountain, though. This is not normal, whatever they're playing. It's probably some sort of control deck. They hit a Claws of Gix, and they cast it. It's free. All right, well, I've got Metallic Rebuke again. I could simply play my Shadow Spear. I guess I'll play Arcbound Ravager too. I don't know if this is correct or not. Surely they're not going to Wrath me again, right? They can't do that. That's a Felia. Okay. Well, I probably would have countered that if I had held open Metallic Rebuke. Prismatic Ending, huh? Yeah, I'm just going to let that go. Choosing nothing with Felia. I think I've made a lot of poor choices in this game. What do you think? That's an Ornithopter. That means that this construct would no longer trade with Felia. It would just eat it, if I even get that far. They are boldly just swinging in here. Oh, yeah, I guess Ornithopter would... Linking the Ornithopter would make it so that Felia does trade with this construct. I'm still going to take the trade if it's available. Ephemerate on Felia. Okay. Well, my choices don't matter. Oh, they hit Kappa Cannoneer, huh? They can cast that right now. And they're doing it. Dude, that's disgusting. Getting beaten to death by my own cards. I'm not winning this game. Oh, and Ragavan makes the Kappa Cannoneer unblockable. Oh, Engineered Explosives for 0, huh? Is Engineered Explosives for 0 even good? So here's what I would do. I would activate Urza Saga, make a construct. I would swing in for 4, and then I would die. Or I would activate Urza Saga, not activate Urza Saga. I would tap it for mana. I would grab, I don't know, Lava Spur Boots, I guess. Put it on my construct. Swing for 6, maybe 7. Felia blinks my construct, and I die over like 2 turns. I don't know. I'm going to tap it for mana. I don't think that I can make a construct right now. And I think I am going to just try and race with Shadow Spear. Where is my Shadow Spear? Oh, it's in play. Okay, so right, Lava Spur Boots. Do I want Lava Spur Boots? Or do I want something like Mishra's Bauble, maybe a Mox Opal, try to draw out of this? The Shadow Spears are already in play. All right, I'm going to grab Mox Opal, and I'm going to attempt to draw out of this. I mean, that's a start. It's not a very good start, but it is something. I can play this EE on something... Oh, wait, no, Ragavan doesn't make Kappa unblockable because, the token doesn't come into play until after it's dealt damage. I'm going to play EE on 0, I think. Am I going to play EE on 0? Let's equip first. Equip. That gives me a 5/5. Oh, this guy is a 5/5. So I actually do need EE on at least 0. If I put it on 0, then I can pop it on 0 as well. That would kill my Construct, my Ornithopter, and my Mox Opal. That's not very good. I think I'm going to put it on 1. I don't know how relevant that is. That does make my Construct a 6/6, which means that they can block with their Kappa and their Felia, or they can just not block at all. All right. Well, that's something, I guess. Felia's going to delete my token. Yeah, there goes the token. That's 5, 7, 9. I think I will take the chump. Hit a Mox Opal. I mean, that's not particularly amazing good, but it's still decent. Yeah, I get my construct back. Look at that. It's my own Kappa. Is my own Kappa even any good? I can't even equip it with Shadow Spear. Is Kappa seriously just a chump blocker? If Kappa's a chump blocker, then the Urza Saga construct token can be a chump blocker. They're exiling a permanent here. It's the EE on 1. I'm going to create the token now. Do I let this just blow up? Do I blow up EE or do I not blow up EE? I think I'm going to let it go. Although if I... Okay, so if I blow up EE now, it takes my Shadow Spear with it. I would only be trading with Felia. I would take a lot from the Kappa. I'd fall to like 2 or something. And I wouldn't have a way to gain life. I think I'm going to let it go. Lock here. Taking the damage. And they hit another Mox Opal. Sure, you got it. They haven't even cast a spell for like 3 turns or something like that. At least not a spell that's their own spells out of the cards in their own hand. Yeah, I get my EE back. It's a Springleaf Drum. I think I need to create a construct. I need the blocker. I will tap this for blue because I'm not sure if I want to get additional mana right now or not. I could literally just grab Ornithopter. Have another chump blocker available. I don't think I'm going to be able to win this. I think I'm just going to concede here. I'm kind of running out of time. I've really been thinking a lot about this. I don't think I have an out. Like, I could grab an Ornithopter, I could block Kappa, I could fall to 1, and then I do what? I'm just too far behind here. My opponent hasn't even cast a card out of their hand in several turns now. Okay, so they're on some sort of Jeskai halfway control, halfway, like, Felia Blink nonsense deck. I think weapons manufacturing might actually be decent against them, but I'm not so certain that I want to side out my Metallic Rebukes. Instead, I'm going to side out my EEs. I'm going to side out Claws of Gix. Not Claws of Gix. Not Claws of Gix. Not Claws of Gix. I want to side out Tormod's Crypt. There we go. And I think I'm going to bring in my Galv Blast. Siding out what? I guess I'll side out a... I don't know if I want to side out a Metallic Rebuke. I can side out a single weapons manufacturing, I think. I don't know if I need 4 of those. All right, on the play here. Oh, I can't keep this. I can't keep that. I can keep this. I can bottom... Oh, geez, what do I bottom out of this hand? I think it's got to be Springleaf Drum, unfortunately. Placing into Stupor as my land. Although I guess now that means that Urza Saga can't come down as quickly. I think that's fine. Just gonna play Spire Bluff Canal and pass. Lavinia Azorius Renegade. Yeah, that's a card that you can have. I'm gonna kill that. That's Metallic Rebuke. We've settled into a bit of a slow game here. Do I play this Sink into Stupor? I think so. I think I'm gonna play it. I'm not gonna bolt it in, but I will play it. And if they just flash in Felia here, I am countering the heck out of that. They did not. That's good news for me. Do I want to counter this? I think so. I think I will counter that. Pay full price for my Metallic Rebuke. And they had the backup for it. Yeah, we're playing a way slower game now. You know, if I just grabbed like a Memnite or something like that, then I could simply fire off Kappa Cannoneer here. I don't think I want Shadow Spear. I think I'm literally just going to grab Memnite, put some power and toughness into play, and I'm going to cast Kappa. All right, that entered play fairly quickly. So they can Solitude this Kappa by paying the 4 for the ward and exiling another card from their hand, if that's what they want to do. Instead, they are flaging me. I will be able to rebuke that on the way back. At least attempt to rebuke. Let's go ahead and swing for 5. And if they have another counterspell here, that's going to be pretty big for them. That's going to be pretty damn big for them, actually. All right, let's hope this works. I don't think it will. Oh, it did work. Wow, that worked. That's really unexpected that worked, actually. I did not think that would work. All right, a 0 or an untapped land off the top. Thoughtcast. I think I actually will fire that off. And that lets me Pinnacle Emissary warp into Mishra's Bauble. And now, all of a sudden, I'm swinging for 8. Oh, I didn't swing. I clicked it, but it didn't take. That sucks. They would have been at 7. And now they're just going to deal with Kappa Cannoneer, paying the 4 for the ward. I do have another Kappa Cannoneer. All right, I was just a little bit too hasty there, huh? I think I'm just going to drop another Kappa. Am I going to warp in this Pinnacle Emissary first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I am. I'm going to warp this in. Here we go. Kappa number 2. It resolved. Going to bring them down to 14. That should be down to 6, but I missed an attack. They are getting to the point to where they can Wrath of the Skies for a lot. Looks like they're just warping in Quantum Riddler right now, though. Arcbound Ravager, huh? Well, that is an artifact. That would have been a lethal attack too, huh? I think I'm going to just cast the Pinnacle Emissary this turn. Yeah, usually I don't play with creatures, but I do like playing with artifacts, so it's fine. Man, they should be dead right now. I missed an attack. And now they've got another Solitude? Urgh. Jeez. I may have thrown the match by doing that. I'm gonna go to up to 34 here. Oh, and they consigned the Solitude trigger, so they get to keep it. Yeah, that's cool. They're on the defensive. Urza Saga was a really good rip. That lets me do this. Actually, hang on. I need to tap correctly. Even if it's not relevant right now, I still need to tap correctly. Okay, I'm not gonna swing in for a single point of damage right now. Oh, I'm so vulnerable to Wrath of the Skies, it's not even funny. I'm so vulnerable to Wrath of the Skies, it's not even funny, I said. I said it wasn't funny. And they have it. That's a Wrath for 3. That will kill literally my entire board. Plus their Stony Silence. And now they get to work on beating me out of the game. Lava Spur Boots. Yeah, sure. So I missed lethal. It was just that simple. I missed lethal. I must have misclicked, or I was a bit hasty with that click on the Kappa Cannoneer, and it cost me this game. And it probably cost me the match. I have a feeling that I would have had some difficulty with round 3, or game 3 in this round, being on the draw. Still not an excuse. I did just miss lethal. Now they're gonna go nuts. Just gonna cast what's on top of my deck. If they have a way of putting cards into the graveyard, which they do with Fable, then I believe they can just kill me now because they can haste in the Flage. I think they see it too. Here we go. As the saying goes, I'm not even mad. I'm just disappointed. I still like the deck. 2-3 is about what I would expect off of Lantern, to be honest. But I felt like I actually had plays. I think that some of it was just me making mistakes, not being familiar with how to operate it. I think that maybe some of my sideboard choices are a bit sus. Maybe this displacement wave should be something else, for example. I saw that you mentioned Hercule's Recall earlier. Chat mentioned it. I don't know how I feel about that. That being said, clearly displacement wave wasn't like particularly helpful. Weapons manufacturing still has the how do I curve out with this card problem. I don't really know how to solve that. Maybe adding another land or something would help. Not sure. The deck still felt really strong though. I think I'm going to be running this back again fairly soon. I don't know if I'll be making any sideboard changes, but I enjoyed playing it. It's nice to finally attack with creatures at some point. This is what Modern is all about, right? Creatures and the graveyard and things like that. We'll just have to see what happens. This program is made possible by your view, like, and comment, the support of my wife and son, and by contributions to the Fate Seal MTG Patreon from viewers like you. Thank you.